Richard Southern joins us for a look at the day's top business stories. And Richard, we begin with a meltdown on the U.S. markets. What triggered the sell-off?
Fears, Janella, of a second wave of COVID-19 taking hold in the United States. Traders were reminded today that, yeah, there's still a pandemic out there. And as a result, they hit the sell button in a big way. When the closing bell rang on Wall Street, the Dow was down a whopping 1,800 points and almost 7% haircut. We had the NASDAQ down 500. Here at the corner of King and Bay, the TSX falling 650 points. Investors got wind of that in the state of Texas. They reported their third straight day of record coronavirus hospitalizations. Florida notched its worst weekly case increase to date. And there were big spikes as well in Arizona and California. So investors very much spooked by that. They sold airline, cruise stocks, and retail stocks. And Janella, the question now is whether this was just a blip on the radar or whether it signals another prolonged sell-off. And we don't know. It's probably going to really depend on those case numbers in the States.
All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Meanwhile, some good news. One Canadian airline is getting set to fly again.
Yeah, it's Air Transat. They've had all their planes grounded for the better part of 4 months, but Air Transat says they'll be aloft and in the air again come July 23rd, but with a drastically reduced schedule. They'll be flying only to 23 destinations, a few select cities in Europe, in the Caribbean, in the U.S., and Canada. Air Transat says when you check in, you're going to have your temperature taken. They'll give passengers a kit on the plane, which will include a face mask, gloves, hand sanitizer, and disinfecting wipes. Air Transat said it's still committed to its takeover by Air Canada, but we had reports last week that Air Canada wasn't so interested in pursuing that deal. So we'll have to see how that shakes out, Janelle.
I'm curious what the prices will look like for those flights.
Good question. They might want to entice people back. We'll keep an eye on those prices when we get them in and share them with you.
Okay. You mentioned face masks there on planes. Face masks are also becoming mandatory for TTC riders next month. And a lot of large retailers are now getting into the business of selling masks.
Well, this is the hot new fashion trend, right? This is COVID couture, if you will, Janella. This is Old Navy selling its own face masks. Look at the splashy advertisements featuring models showing them off. This is Nordstrom. If you're looking for something slightly more upscale, they sell a 6-pack of masks for $32 Canadian. This is Slate, known for their handbags and their luggage. Some styling masks, they are $27 each. Janella, if money is no object, the French fashion house Maison Madure has masks that sell for upwards of $100. So they're getting really fancy now.
Is that a guarantee that you won't catch COVID with that $100 mask?
Well, you're going to look good no matter what happens, I think, Janella. You and I, by the way, we're back just after 6:30. We're looking at a show parents will know much about, Paw Patrol, and some controversy going on about that just after 6:30.
Okay, we'll see you in an hour.
Thanks.